So I'm coming from a bit different angle. So talking about tokenization of GmbHs. And I want to take you a little bit to the past. So in 2013, so it's now 10 years ago, that's when I discovered Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was always about digital ownership. I'm sometimes saying Bitcoin is a digital currency which needs a blockchain to function. And then afterwards came Ethereum, which is a blockchain which needs a digital currency to function. And with Ethereum, we had now a tool to actually have smart contracts and build all kinds of tokens. So I joined the Ethereum Foundation in 2014, working with Vitalik Buterin, creating Ethereum. In 2015, we launched Ethereum. And even in the white paper, so the very beginning of the Ethereum days, there was this code snippet. This is, you could say, the first definition of a token on Ethereum. So this is not yet standardized. So later on, with Fabian Vogelsteller and others, we created the ERC20 standard, which is nothing but a standardized interface, which then allowed tokens, ERC20 tokens, to really take off. So with this, for the first time, you had your own programmable token, which could represent almost anything. So with this tag, we did something in 2016, which I famous/infamous for, which is called TheDAO. TheDAO was a project where we had a smart contract on the public Ethereum chain, and it allowed the whole world to put Ether in and get a DAO token out. So the DAO was at the time the largest crowdfunding ever, with $160 million raised. Those of you who have been long enough in crypto know the story. There was a hack. The hack resulted in the hacker getting about 1/3 of the ETH, leading after a long DAO war and technical struggles to a so-called hard fork of Ethereum. So now we have Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. On Ethereum Classic, you still have the old DAO. On Ethereum, every DAO holder could get their ETH back. But this was just the beginning. So this little dot there in 2016, this 166 million, was kind of the first big ICO, if you want, although I don't like the name. So initial coin offering. But it was not really an initial coin offering. It was actually a decentralized, autonomous organization. We didn't make any money of it, so very, very different. But what happened afterwards? Billions of dollars got raised through ICOs. Many of them, unfortunately, very scammy and bad projects. Many people lost lots of money. But the fundraising process itself was really good. You could just put in some ETH or Bitcoin, got some tokens out. You could see on-chain the market cap of the project. It was totally transparent. The tokens can be used everywhere. And later on, we saw the starting of DeFi, where those tokens could be used as a collateral to give yourself a loan or swap it on Uniswap for any other token. So this was really the birth. But ICOs cooled down. So in end of 2018. And mostly because of regulatory reasons. So then we got into the next phase. So people wanted to continue raising funds, and BaFin, SEC telling people you cannot do it like this. People going to their lawyers, how can you make it legal? They're going to Switzerland, creating a Swiss non-profit foundation very often, or similar constructs, trying to create a utility token which somehow is linked to the value of the product. Very, very difficult stuff. And lots of them still kind of in the gray area. So, and this is, we have some good security token projects, but many of them they don't take off. And why? They have this old legal framework where they leave everything as is and just put a token on top. So this makes it even more complicated. This doesn't give you any additional benefit, because you have to sign the same contracts, do the same stuff, and now on top of this, you have to create your wallet and transfer the token if you want to transfer the security. So not much benefit. And on the other side, most startups or most fundraising companies, in the early stage at least, are actually not AGs, they are GmbHs. And if you would go to a lawyer and ask them, I want to tokenize my company, your lawyer would tell you, well, the easiest thing is you go offshore, Panama, Cayman Islands, Hong Kong, somewhere else, and then just make your German company 100% daughter company. This works, but it's a lot of legal hassle, tax hassle. You don't want to do this. So if they say, well, I want to stay, well, if you say, I want to stay in Germany, then most likely your lawyer will tell you that at least create an AG, Aktiengesellschaft, because they don't have to go to the notary, and there are ways to tokenize AG shares. And actually with the new law, EWPG, tokenized AG shares will come. So this is also a very important part. But still, most people just have a GmbH. Can we also do it with a GmbH? And after over a year of legal consulting and working with very good lawyers, we actually found a way. And we call this the GmbH token. I just want to explain you what it is, legally, technically, in just one slide. And after that, you get a quick demo how it works. So what is the GmbH token? So let's start with the legal side. So legally, it's the participation right, or in German Genussrecht. And this Genussrecht, or participation right, gives you the same equal standing or footing as a shareholder, economically. Meaning you get dividends, you get exit participation in case the company gets sold, you get liquidation proceeds, you get information rights to look in the annual financial reports. So every financial right a shareholder has, the token holder has as well. Plus, there is a put option that you can give back the token to the company and you can receive a share of the company. And because of this, you can always certainly say that one GmbH token of a certain GmbH has the same value of one share of that company because of those rights. So that's what it is legally. Technically, it's an ERC20 token on Ethereum mainnet, and we put some additional rights that the admin, which is most likely the founder of the company, they can burn and mint token, they completely control these tokens. They also have features such as an allow list. If they do not want this token to be traded publicly, they can restrict the number of addresses which are allowed to hold the token. They even can do things like lockups when they sell those tokens, that they are locked for a certain period of time and cannot be traded or moved. We have vestings for employee participation. So all those nice smart contracts which handle many cases with your token. And very importantly, you have now an ERC20 token on a public Ethereum chain, which gives you access to this whole DeFi world. With a token which represents a company share in a GmbH, which can be traded freely. If you think about how powerful this is actually, we are using the Ethereum blockchain as an alternative to the German commercial register, a Handelsregister if you want. This is what blockchains are actually very good for, being a registry. And with this, we're trying to, I wouldn't say completely replace, but it's like a Handelsregister supercharged. Yeah? You can be much more things, it's digital, it's quick, and you have access to this ecosystem. Now a big question, how do you link those rights to the token? And many security token projects have it done in a way which is not very good. They're using investment contracts, which is a standardized way of doing an investment, meaning the first-time investor gets a contract with the company. When he sells the token, he has another contract with buyer and seller, and each buyer and seller always have an investment contract in between them, implicitly or explicitly, written down or just like written in the HEB somewhere. But the problem is, if my 8-year-old daughter transfers the token, she cannot legally enter into an investment contract. And with this now, the token moves around, but the rights are still with me. And this is, of course, the biggest problem you can have in security tokens, if the tokens are somewhere, but the rights are not with the token anymore. And so we have this link actually leads to a legal article, how we linked those two rights. In very short, we're using something called Auslobung, or public reward, which is a very old German law, which allows you to publicly state that you will reward a certain action. And that is very important. You say an action is rewarded with those rights. And what actions do you reward? Some things you can only do when you hold the token. So to be precise, the company is publicly announcing that whoever holds the token is getting those participation rights. Whoever gives the token back to the company is getting the put option. And with this, you have those rights not based on a chain of investment contracts with possibly very weak links, but you have those rights based on a public promise by the company which is legally binding. And with this, the token can be freely traded. It doesn't matter how you got the token. As long as you got the token, you can do those actions giving you those rights. So this is in one slide, something we worked for like over a year now to figure this out. So now there's still regulation. So going quickly over this. So BaFin, if you do something like an offer to the public, that you have to do a prospect. And there are some exceptions. For example, if you do a private offer to less than 150 investors, you don't need a prospectus. You will see this on our platform, how we do this. If you want to offer your investment to more than 150 people, you need a WIB or Wertpapierinformationsblatt. We help you do this. And with this, you can raise up to 8 million euros per year to retail investors, to everybody who is eligible for doing an investment. So this is in short the legal background, and we as Tokenizers help you to maneuver those regulations. And one more thing, you can also use the same token for employee participation. And that's a very strong point, because the employees are getting the same asset as the investor. So you don't need a VSOP or ESOP or some other programs. It's tax optimized. There's no try income on this token. I don't have the time to explain you those details. And you can do things like vesting for 1 year, vesting 4 years, 1 year cliff. So all those standard terms for employees. But you're using the same token. So you have one unified asset over all your stakeholders, be it shareholders, be it investors, be it employees. They all have the same asset, which is tradable on Ethereum. So now let me show you quickly how this works. 1 second. So now I'm using, this is the Tokenize. If you're going to tokenize the website, go on Start the application. It asks you to connect your wallet. And here we'll see the first nice thing. So of course you have those wallets like MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, and so on. But we integrated w3 auth, which allows you to have a Google login. And in the back end, we create a wallet for you, which is a 2 out of 3 multisig for those who want to know the details. But with this, we make it possible for some normal Web2 user to just enter this by just log in with Google. So I'm hoping the internet is good enough now that we can do this live demo. Everybody told me not do a live demo on stage at a conference. It's usually a mess, but I try it anyway. So let's see if the internet can load the Google login. So I can show, if not, I have a video as a backup. Let's see. So it seems like, well, it's working just very, very slowly. So I'm signing in, signing the HEBs. It's now connecting my wallet to the app. So sorry that it is very, very slow, but it is working. So what you're seeing here now, you're seeing your token pool. Like this is your token on the public Ethereum chain. You could follow the link on Etherscan. You see what's the current token supply, how much you're still available to offer, because you have certain restrictions based on your shareholders. How much pending offers. You can see this list of private offers you made to someone. Like those are private offers are made. You can see if they are completed, if they are cancelled, rejected, pending for investor for confirmation. You can see your employee participations, who of your employees currently have tokens, how they vest, and you could even start a public fundraising following those regulatory things, so you do have a WIB. And now for just 20 seconds or so, let me just show you to create a private offer, how easy it is. You go and create private offer, and then give in the terms, like how much tokens the guy can, or girl can buy, a specific amount, for example. Let's sell him 100 tokens. Or you can choose bank transfer, the price of the tokens. So here you can see it's about 10,000 euro he can invest, continue. Can set a duration for 1 month, investor name, someone. You can require KYC, then he goes through an ID now check. You can have a lookup period for him. And with this, you get a summary. This is what you are going to do. You will invite him to investors, and then you can create offer link. And this link you just give to your investor. They can follow through and just invest in your company. And this is then a continuous fundraising, because you don't need to raise a pre-seed, seed, Series A, B, C, D. You just continuously raise money through this by just sending out links to investors who would like to. So we have raised 2 million euros over the last 6 months just using this framework. We have other companies doing the same right now, and it's working very, very, very smoothly, because you don't have to orchestrate all your investors on one table to the notary. You're just sending out those links, they can invest, and you can go on building your product. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you like it and maybe use it. Thank you.